Mario Brothers 2. That's not the topic of the video today. It's a cool game. Oh, but it's just Doki Doki Panic reskin. Shut up. Nobody cares. It's true though. What we're talking about today are video game franchises that aren't dead, but the new games are taking too long to come out. Title pending. I was just scrolling on the tube earlier today, you know, as you do, scrolling around a little bit, and I saw something about the Elder Scrolls 6, and I was like, it has been a long time since the Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim released in 2011. But Skyrim has a bunch of versions of it now because Bethesda is slow. Here's my theory though. You guys know that Xbox has been buying a bunch of developer studios as of late. So they bought Obsidian in 2018, Bethesda in 2021, and they just recently acquired Activision. My theory is that because they have acquired all of these studios and Sony is left with just little old Spooderman, Xbox is waiting until the next generation of consoles to release the Elder Scrolls 6. It's already been 12 years since 5, so it's not like people stopped playing Skyrim. It's still a really popular game, especially on mods. Now let's cross the legs real quick and talk business. Is that a good business deal for Bethesda to not release another Elder Scrolls game until, I don't know, 2030? Okay, obviously not 2030 because the Xbox Series X is only 3 years old, and in 4 more years it'll have been 7 years old, and that's typically when a new console comes out, so 2027. But it's not just the Elder Scrolls. This is an issue for a lot of franchises like Skate. Everybody remembers Skate? Skate 2, Skate 3, one of the most popular online games in the early 2010s. Not because it was a great game, even though it was a pretty decent game besides the glitches, but what made the game were the glitches. If you remember, back in 2012, 13, 14, on YouTube, everybody was playing Skate 3. PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, everybody that mattered. There was 2 guys. I was even playing Skate 3 on YouTube back in 2016, summer of 2016. I was just a wee lad. I'm actually not 100% sure what the development of Skate 4 is looking like right now. Oh god, just the mere thought of Skate 4 gives me acid reflux. There's no announced release date or rumored release date, so here we go again! Bethesda reportedly only has about 180 employees, and many of them don't work in development. With 2 secret games, Fallout 4, and a bunch of smaller projects, there just haven't been enough resources available to make something like the Elder Scrolls over the past few years. Okay, Bethesda, riddle me this then. Why have you guys made 50 versions of Skyrim instead of just spending that time and money to make a new Elder Scrolls game? I found a Reddit post that said one theory why Bethesda hasn't made Elder Scrolls 6 is because Skyrim has yet to be ported to every console ever created. Skyrim on the PS3 is cool, but I'm just saying, it's not as cool as it is on the TurboGrafx 16. Let's talk about the big one. GTA 6. Rockstar refuses to make another GTA game. It's like they're like edging us right now. But GTA 6 has been teased for the past, I don't know, 4 years, and here we are with little to no new information. Is what I would have said in January of 2022 until February of 2022. Leaks happened, and now we are certain that GTA 6 is in development. But after that happened, that is all that we got because there's no new, there's nothing else. There's literally nothing else. Now we could have talked about Pikmin if Pikmin 4 didn't just release yesterday at the time of recording. But I feel like Pikmin's not really a franchise that they wait a long time to release a new game because, oh, it's in the works, LOL JK. More because they try to perfect the craft of Pikmin. I mean, every Pikmin game has been good. Well, 4 out of the 5 Pikmin games have been good. Pikmin Bloom doesn't count, and it took 10 years for them to release 4 after 3. Pikmin is a very delicately crafted game. Everything about the little picky boys, the little pickles, has to be perfect. Another Nintendo IP, Mario. Hello. 2D Mario games. It's been a while since we had a new one. New Super Mario Bros. U is actually the newest 2D Mario game, 2012 on the Wii U. But if you count New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe on the Switch, then I guess it hasn't been as long, but that's just a port. I'm not counting that. But Mario Wonder's coming out in October of this year. Make sure you're subscribed. Gameplay. So it'll have been 11 years since that last new 2D Mario game, and no more. What about Metroid Prime? Anybody Metroid Prime? The last true Metroid Prime game game we got was 3 Corruption in 2007. We also got Federation Force on the 3DS in 2016, but does that really count? But Metroid Prime development was announced. It was confirmed June 2017, just a few months after the Switch came out, and they were like, yeah, we'll get to it when we get there. Because it wasn't being developed by Retro Studios, and then in 2019, Nintendo said, actually, dude, it is. Actually, it is. Retro Studios took over, and so it's gonna be delayed. I remember the Nintendo Direct in February or March, whatever month it was. We were watching it live, expecting Metroid Prime footage, and instead we got none of that. Now, we did get Metroid Prime Remastered, but I'm talking about 4. Cuatro. I don't know any other languages for the number 4. We wanted that Metroid Prime 4 footage, man. We wanted it. We were craving it, and we were left starving. Damn Retro Studios and their Metroid Prime, their snobby little hands. So we've discussed Metroid Prime, Pikmin, 2D Mario games, Elder Scrolls, Grand Theft Auto, and Skate. Those games will come out. They are confirmed. They are in development. We know this now. Also, Grand Theft Auto is not going to go away anytime soon. Neither is the Elder Scrolls. But something that a lot of people aren't considering, or at least not talking about in these communities where we're speaking on behalf of these developer studios saying, release it now, is that in 2010, 11, 12, 13, technology was great, don't get me wrong, but we are way more advanced now than we were a decade ago. And so if a game was in development, say 2016, 17, 18, they may have scratched that entire project because in 2021, 2, and 3, we have the capabilities to do damn near anything. I edit for free on CapCut PC, the free version of CapCut. I can do all the stuff that I do in this video on the free version of CapCut. 4 years ago, you wouldn't have ever dreamed of an editing software that's free, completely free. There's nothing, like, you have to pay for the pro version for some of the effects and animations. I don't give a shit about those. You would never have dreamed that 4 or 5 years ago, an editing software like CapCut that's actually extremely good would be free, and you can do all the stuff that I can do in Sony Movie Studio in the free version of CapCut. And so it goes into the same thing as developing a game. The technology we have now compared to 5 and let alone 10 years ago is way better. So they may have just completely scrapped these old development games and just restarted, because why not? But that's just like a really far out there theory, I guess, that nobody has really considered, that the fact that maybe these developer studios have canceled projects just because technology is rapidly advancing right in front of our eyes. I mean, supercomputers 10 years ago compared to now, especially PCs advance way faster than things like phones, consoles, controllers, microphones, cameras. A 3 or 4 year old PC is outdated as and the PS5 is already 3.5 years old. But again, this is kind of just like copium for everyone, because we need to make excuses for games not coming out that are highly anticipated, when in reality, most likely, they're just taking their time. Got their feet up on their high chair, they're sitting like this, they're reclining a little bit like this, and they're thinking to themselves, damn, it's gonna be great when GTA 6 releases in 2029. But there's always the wackiest theory to consider, the fact that these games never existed. Anyways, please, if you haven't, I'm gonna say it again. You know what to do. It's right there. Give it a little press. I'm not saying the same thing I did last time, and I will see you next time.